Welcome, many thanks indeed for checking in. Their time now is just rolling into, well, it's our time. It's our time to chat about Friday's action. Normal time of transmission is 6 p.m. nightly for the following day's racing. I'm on a little bit earlier tonight because I've got a lot to get through, including a maximum, a big M, a one and only CROSSBOW bet. The same standards, same strength as a horse called SUNNINGDALE, which won the other day, or yesterday, time go by so fast, and also last Friday at the meeting at Dundalk I gave you the same sort of standard bet, which was called MEHMAN, which won at 3-1, and SUNNINGDALE absolutely coasted home yesterday, job done, never a moment, and I think this will win tomorrow doing handsprings. I think it'll win with its head in his chest. That one actually runs over Hexham, over the sticks, and it's going over the jumps for the first time. And I'll actually open up with that maximum win bet in just one moment. I don't normally bet short shots. I think I reiterated that yesterday for you. But when they are cast iron, 10 out of 10, and they tick all the boxes and they're all absolutely pinpointed correctly, then I have to mark your card with them and tell you what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is backing them to win. SUNNINGDALE yesterday won by 3 lengths pulling a coal truck, and MEHMAN did the same at 3-1. So 3-1 even money. It's like feeding pigs cherries. And I think this one will do the same tomorrow at Hexham. We'll start with that in just one moment, excuse me. And then we'll go to Newcastle for a 10-1 chance from the Rat Catcher. A guy called the Rat Catcher's marked my card with that, as I say. It's from the same guy who gave me Old News, which bolted up 7-1 to 4-1. And then, if that's not enough, I've got one at Ascot, which is a 7-1 chance, ridden by an amateur jockey who's got a really high strike rate, and he's riding for a northern trainer who certainly knows the time of the day, and is dropped in class and looks a winner ready to roll in tomorrow at 7-1. Looks fabulous value. And the key thing with that race tomorrow, I'll come to it shortly, but it's going to be run at a breakneck speed like a lot of these amateur riders' races, and it likes to come off the pace. And so the race is absolutely pitch perfect and set up for this one at 7-1. So that's going to be fantastic as there. So we've got a 10-1 and a 7-1 at Ascot and Newcastle, which turn into about an 80-1 double. I'm talking of 80-1 doubles. Last Saturday on this line, this channel of mine, I predicted an 80-1 double, which won horse called Fion 8-1 to 9-4, and Half Nuts 18-1 to 11-1, amongst 3 other horses, which were all placed at huge prices, making it 5 horses, 5 winners. And it's coming that time again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'll be marking your card on an unbelievable bet at Ascot that I've had marked to me all week. It's a big price one, and everything else I've got for tomorrow in your multiples, doubles and trebles will be online by 6 o'clock tomorrow, all free of charge as well. So don't miss out. And remember, 2 Saturdays ago, I nailed a big winner of the Air Silver Cup at 18-1. Also predicted the second as well in that race, Dusky Lord and Woven, which paid out 150-1 to a pound stake forecast as well, and I nominated that. So all that's coming tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But all this for Friday is coming right now, and I hope you're ready to roll, because I'm ready. Are you ready? Well, let's get beginning and let's get stuck into it, because there's a lot to get through. I'm going to start straight away, I said, with this maximum bet. I call it a CROSSBOW bet because it's really powerful. It's straight at the target. It's like a bazooka, straight at the target, and bang, that's it. It's all done and dusted before they know what's hit them. Number 1, Manila Plus in the 410 at Hexham. Second favourite at the moment in the pre-odds, which have just come out. 13-8 to your money. It's going over the sticks for the first time tomorrow. But Donald McCain, master trainer Donald, son of the great Donald McCain, of course, who trained Red Rum. Well, he's got Brian Hughes on board, stable jockey for this one, and you wouldn't want anyone better on board to guide this gelding, and on its first jumping occasion over the bigger obstacles. It's been running over hurdles so far, and well, it's been running with aplomb. It's been running well, but it's always got the stamp of a chaser, this one, and well, it looks like it's made to measure. This is a real big opening for it, and it's going to have an outstanding chance of winning. It's won 3 times over hurdles, so it's got plenty of poke, plenty of pace, and it should be too good for this opposition. I've had nothing really positive for anything else in the race, only number 1 Manila Plus, and I'll be bitterly disappointed if it's not good enough to turn the favourite over. I think they'll probably flip-flop in the betting, and at the moment the favourite's horse called St Arvans. I think that's in Chepstow, a place in Chepstow actually, St Arvans. But number 2, trained by Maurice Barnes and ridden by Sean Quinlan, I think that will get turned over by number 1, Minella Plus. So my crossbow bet is Minella Plus, and that's for another maximum bet winner straight in the nose. If you like your short shots, there we go. No long losing runs, high strike rate, and plenty of profit. Number 1, Minella Plus, for your latest maximum bet following last Friday's 3-1 winner and yesterday's even money winner with Sunningdale, MEHMAN both winning, no problem at all. Minella Plus then for the latest maximum bet. Okay, so where are we going to go? We'll go to this rat catcher, shall we? Tell you about him. Well, he gave me a big 7-1 to 4-1 winner yesterday, and I had a chunk on it, I'll tell you that. I hope you had a few quid on it. In the 7:15 at Newcastle, horse number 2, it's called We Still Believe. It's a good name, isn't it? We Still Believe, number 2. Each way, trained by Ben Haslam, this one. And the message I've got is very strong. It's written by a guy I've met a couple of times. He's a nice guy, Andrew Mullen. And this horse is ready to strike. That's the message I've got, and it probably will strike. Runs off a mark of 57 tomorrow night at Newcastle. Ticks all the boxes. It's got everything in its favour, and it's one to be on. One to be on. That's the message I've got. Number 2, We Still Believe, in the 7:15 at Newcastle. It's a 10-1 chance. 13 runners go to post in a 0-55 handicap, which won't take that much winning. And this horse has been running in 0-60s and even 0-70. So it's a bit better than this class, I'm told and I believe, and I'm going to be on each way, rather large. Number 2, We Still Believe. Big price, that 10-1. It'll probably go off maybe half them odds, I think, because it shouldn't be 10-1. And Ben Haslam, well, he can train a winner. And number 2, We Still Believe, could well be that winner. 7:15 at Newcastle. The second bet of the day is this horse I'm going to tell you about at Ascot. 7-1 chance, and then I'm going to come to 2 horses. One at Dundalk, and at Dundalk, you know, I won last Friday. I've told you about that with MEHMAN. But over the last 2 years, I've tipped more winners at Dundalk than any other tipster in the country or even in Ireland. It's not even open to question, and all big ones as well. Average price 10-1. So serious winners at Dundalk, and I've got one there for you tomorrow night, and they're 7:30. So I'll give you that as well. And also one other horse at Gowran Park in the afternoon, a real dark horse, which has all been set up to land a bit of a touch, I believe. So I'll give you that as well. So I'm really treating you to a real Friday. A Friday payday, A Friday payday. And we're coming to the last Friday of the month as well. That's when everyone gets paid, isn't it? And have a bonus payday from me. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Absolutely. 2 o'clock at Ascot. The horse I'm talking about here is number 1. It's called Young Fire. Now, this horse is trained by David O'Mara, or David O'Meara, whichever you want to pronounce it, but it's ridden by Matthew Ennis. Now, Matthew Ennis is not a household name, but he is certainly a very, very accomplished amateur rider. And this race is going to be really run to suit, because Young Fire likes to come off the pace with a late rattle. And this race is going to be run lickety-split. It's really going to go fast, like a lot of these amateur riders' races, and this one's no different, especially at Ascot on good ground, 7 furlongs. They're really going to motor, and I think it's just going to set this race up a treat for Young Fire. Matthew Ennis has got pretty good form as a jockey. He won just 2 outings ago on a horse called Flat White. I like Flat White coffee. That's my favourite coffee, actually. 10 winners out of 69 mounts he's had, the jockey. That's good in anyone's language. 14% as a jockey. That's fabulous. 2 out of 14 this year, 5 out of 23 last year. He doesn't ride unless he's got a chance of winning, and he's got a great chance of winning here. Number 1, Young Fire. Over 15 runners go to post, an amateur jockey's 7 furlong dash. And if you didn't need enough by then, you've got a 0-95 handicap, 0-95. And this horse, Young Fire, runs in a much better qualified grade of race than that normally. E.g., last time out is a 0-105. So it's coming down in class. It's off a mark of 94. It's got a real good amateur on board. Great trainer, David O'Meara. Number 1, Young Fire each way. That'll do me, and that'll do you. Now then, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2, 2, 2. Right, let's go to Dundalk, shall we, for this 7:30. Then I'll give you this. No, I'm going to spin it, and I'm going to give you a dark horse first, because this one is one I've had come from 2 of my warmest contacts over there in the Emerald Isle, and they rarely get it wrong. All right, so this is a very privileged bit of information I'm going to pass on to you, and the message I've got is that we'll take all the beating, and it's going to be a real big job. Well, we'll have to see, won't we? Time will tell. Number 7, it's called Berliet Express, ridden by Jack Foley, claiming £3. I'll say no more about this horse other than it's thought to be absolutely slunging off its weight of, well, it's just a weight of 88. Its mark of 88. It's absolutely slunging. Again, it's been running over chases the last 3 times, reverts to hurdles. I'll say no more about it, that they think the horse is ready to strike, and it's in a different world to these. So no idea what the price is going to be. It looks like it should be a fair price. A lot of runners, 16 runners ago to post, and Berliet Express, you know, on the surface of it, his last 4 figures are 465. So nothing much to write about. But I say I know a little bit more than that. And number 7, Berliet Express, is the one to be on in the 242 at Gowran Park. Just one more to give you, excuse me, and that is at my favourite meeting of all the meetings tomorrow, and it's at Dundalk. Dundalk, the home of my biggest winners. In 2.5 years, I've banged more winners at Dundalk in than anybody breathing, and I'm looking to bang another in tomorrow night. Wouldn't that be absolutely fan-dabby-dozy, as the old crankies would say? Well, the horse I'm interested in, and I'm going to give it you now, and then 6 o'clock tomorrow, we're talking Saturday action. So if you're new to the channel, don't miss my Saturdays. Last Saturday, I crashed one in as a massive 80 to 1 double, a 5 out of 5, 100% payouts. The Saturday before, 150 to 1 forecast. It's all on tape. You can look at my videos. It's all there. Predicted the 1-2 in the Silver Cup. Left you no doubt. Dusky Lord and Woven would come home 1-2. You know, that's a fact. They're all on the vault. You can watch them all. I'm going to leave you with this one, and I'm going to say have a great night and have a great day tomorrow, and make a date with me at 6 o'clock, because I've got one at Ascot lined up, which is an absolute machine gun bet. It's a machine gun bet. It really is an absolutely give it the bookies. Anyway, this one, number 4, Endless Season, trained by Mick Halford. This one, lovely filly, and I'm told off a mark of 63, she'll be running all over these in the 7:30 at Dundalk. Just checking again. It's number 4. It's number 4 on your card. It's called Endless Season, and the message I've got is absolutely dynamite. 4th of 14 last time up at this track, off a mark of 64. It's been dropped a pound. It got into all sorts of trouble that day, boxed in all over the place. Same jockey rides it, Whelan tomorrow. I don't think he'll make any mistake. I think they've attached a steering wheel to its head. He's just got to steer it home. Steer it home. He's on the wide outside, drawn 11. Keep out of trouble, and the rest will be history. It all sounds so easy. It's not quite like that, but that's what I'm hoping for. Number 4, Endless Season, to do us proud in the evening session, the 7:30, and bring home the Reddies. Bring home the Reddies for a big Saturday ahead. It's exciting, isn't it? You've got some big ammunition there. I'm not going to repeat it to you. Don't miss the crossbow bet. It's all there for you now. Go get them.